Desalination is the removal of salt from seawater or other water of marginal value. There are many methods for doing this. Saudi Arabia uses the methods listed below. These methods are reverse osmosis, solar distillation, floating distillation, multi-stage flash distillation, and finally multi-effect distillation. These methods will be described in further detail later on in the presentation. All of these methods are very expensive, but in a country like Saudi Arabia that is mainly desert, they are completely necessary to supply the budding population with enough water. It costs on average $3.06 per 1,000 gallons of water. The average human uses 80 to 100 gallons of water per day. All of the water used for desalination in Saudi Arabia comes from the ocean.
Reverse osmosis is the reengineering of the natural process of osmosis. Water flows through multiple membranes that filter out things including salt, pollutants, and sediment. These multiple membranes include a sediment filter, multiple carbon filters, and a semi-permeable membrane. The sediment filter filters out sediment. The multiple carbon filters filter out pollutants such as fluoride, sulfates, bacteria, and the semi-permeable membrane, the most important thing, filters out salt. This process can convert water with 35,000 parts per million of dissolved salt to fresh water with less than 1,000 parts per million of dissolved salt.
Solar distillation is the use of solar energy to evaporate water and collect its condensate from within the same closed system. Unlike other forms of water purification, it can turn salt or brackish water into fresh drinking water. It is energy efficient because it uses free energy from the sun.
The development of the MSF process occurred in 1956 through 1958. It has been used by many industrial companies to provide fresh and pure water to the most arid places in the world. In MSF, seawater vaporization takes place at low temperatures and vacuums. The vapors condense to form fresh water. At vacuum pressures, the boiling point of water is low, requiring less energy. A brine heater heats the seawater to around 90 to 100 degrees Celsius.
The next method of desalination is called multi-effect distillation. This is a multi-step process that involves heating water with steam many times. The process continues and uses the heat energy from the original steam to continue the evaporation process. The amount of heat energy that is applied to the treatment water is directly proportionate to the quantity of fresh water created.
The outcome of the project. Saudi Arabia is already producing more than half of the world's desalinated water. It is costing them 40 to 90 cents per cubic meter of water. But they are starting a new project with solar desalination. They are investing $200 billion into the project. Saudi Arabia is leading the way to cheaper, cleaner water.
Although Saudi Arabia depends greatly on their desalination plants, these desalination plants are not without their flaws. These plants use extremely high temperatures to operate efficiently. However, heating up the metals this much may cause the potential for detrimental scale formation and the accelerated corrosion of the metals. Some facilities have tried to combat this by using corrosion-resistant coatings. Another problem is that operating these plants uses a huge amount of fossil fuels. This is not so much a problem for the country of Saudi Arabia because it has enormous oil reserves. However, the overall impact on the environment is negative.